What it do, Aqua Gang Gang Gang? It's your girl, Empress 777 here today with a general message from my beautiful Aquarian soul family. What is up, you guys? Hope you're doing super fantastic. I most certainly am. Holy angels and spirit guys, please come through. Give us exactly what it is that we need to know in regards to my beautiful Aquarian Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. The messages are, in fact, general, guys, okay? Take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't force anything to fit over here, y'all, okay? Take a moment and click the like button if you do not mind. It helps with our engagement, guys, okay? It lets people know we're on the platform. It's not for nothing, okay? I appreciate those of you who do it every single time as we are on the road to continually growing our beautiful soul family on this side. If you have not done so already and you want to become a part of the team, we would love to have you. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Okay, make it official. Make it official, okay? She likes commitment, all right? So do that, as well as clicking the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload on the channel. Now, the interesting thing about the energy showing up currently or in the near future, right? As tarot is fluid, this feels as if it's someone that you might still have feelings for this person. They most certainly still have feelings for you. I don't see the bridge being entirely burnt here, but I do see you leaning more towards going your separate ways. I see you leaning more towards going your own way and just letting this person do their own thing. So it feels like it could be more of a loosely involved or situationship, something that I feel you more than anything tried to bring together, but it hasn't been working. Or you feel as though the amount of work that it takes, that it has been taking to get absolutely nowhere is what it seems. Or it's gotten somewhere, but it's just not quite where you feel it needs to be in terms of what you've been placing into this person. So the effort that you've had to give. For some of you, you've been through some trials and tribulations with this person, and it's just still not adding up. You know what I mean? It's still not reaching the level that suggests it's worth your time or it's worth this amount of energy. So let's go over the manifestational oracles first, okay? Very first card out, new moon in Aquarius, open to change. So this is somebody who is now recognizing possibly some of the error of their ways. I do get this person kind of being ignorant to their behavior or lack thereof. I don't get this person doing things intentionally, but I feel like they lean into their incompetence rather than, you know, seeking to understand you or seeking to make changes that will help the relationship or help to solidify themselves in your life, which is what they're wanting. Rather, they lean into that incompetence, which then shows you that maybe this person is just not that into you. I also feel like they don't want to inconvenience themselves, and they kind of let that get away. You know, they let that energy get the best of them, is what I'm hearing. Because Page of Cups to me is the empty cup. It's just the beginning, you know. It can be symbolized as the bare minimum. It can be symbolized as breadcrumbs. It can be symbolized as 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It could be symbolized as, you know, selling someone pipe dreams, you know, false hopes being present way too often. It can symbolize giving just enough, right, in order to keep someone. Giving just enough to keep your name in the mix, because this person does have this idea that maybe you have other people, and they are believing that you would be well in your right to start dating outside of this. They don't necessarily want that, okay? So I feel as though this doesn't look like a complete disconnect. Even though the Eight of Cups is here at the center, it feels more like resetting of boundaries. So I see you not releasing this person entirely, but releasing the idea, right? Releasing the possibility, the potential. Going towards things that actually make you happy and not waiting around for somebody to finally show the fuck up, right? Not waiting around for somebody to give you a cup that is just hurtful or that is insulting, right? It's insulting. It worked in the beginning, but now with some skin in the game, I feel as though this person is looking at it like, okay, I feel like Aquarius is pulling away. I feel as though Aquarius is, you know, being a little bit more vocal with me about pulling away or about consequences that could follow my lack of showing up. The next card we have out is first quarter moon in Cancer. Okay. Push through any insecurity, and that was in the reverse. So I do get this being someone who leans into, like I said, there's something that feeds this person's ego, or it's something that feeds a part of them that does feel insecure. I don't get that this is something that you currently are aware of. Okay. Does it give this person the permission to move the way that they have been moving? No, but it is the reason. Okay, so this is somebody whose insecurities are now screaming at them, right? Their normal antics or the normal way that they are used to showing up in relationships is not quite working, okay? It's working against them. I do get this person thinking a lot, right? They may feel like, damn, my head has been up in the clouds. Perhaps this person did not think it was as bad. Okay, I'm hearing that in quotation marks. They didn't think it was as bad as what your behavior is making it seem. So that changes this 8 of Cups, okay? So for some of you, you may have gone ahead and pulled that trigger, okay? You may have gone ahead and pulled the trigger and said, fuck this, right? Away with this, right? Later for this shit. Because what this person is accepting and almost expecting from me is a lot above, you know, way above a Page of Cups type of offer. I can do better with counting my losses and taking a leap of faith towards the unknown. Okay, so I do feel like this person may have banked on the idea that it is a headache to date. It's a headache to know or get to know new people. There is a level of a soul tie here, or an attachment, a spiritual attachment, right? To where maybe this person thought that that was their end. That was their surefire way to keep you attached or to keep you accepting convenience for them, their convenience, right? The level of convenience that this person seeks is one that is not too emotionally attached, very much so surface level, but they do like when you overgive. They do like when you pour into their cup a little bit more. They like when you're a little bit more touchy-feely. They love to get those good morning texts. They like to get the compliments, right? Like they like to get fed for sure. And I do feel like it felt amazing until those scales started to really lean towards this person's side. And I feel as though you're viewing it as, maybe I'll regret walking away from something that I've invested so much in, but how much more would I regret this if I allow this to continue? Because this person hasn't changed. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they possibly have been a major thorn in your ass, because it's like, you just don't understand. Look at this figure's face. It's like so annoying. It's aggravating to speak to another human being, an adult. We're both adults, right? It sounds like that might be a phrase that this person would use as manipulation. That's very specific. Don't force it to fit. We're adults. We're grown-ups. Okay, so if we're grown-ups and I bring up to you what is not working for me, or the pathway forward, what's going to be required for me to see the beauty, the benefit, or the reason to keep you around, then why are you acting like you don't understand me, right? Like, why are you acting like I never said it? Why will you sit in a space and nod your head, be in agreement, we come to a consensus on everything that was discussed, and then you still go and do the same shit, right? Or you're still showing up the same way, or you change for a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks, and then it's right back to the same old rigmarole. It has something to do with something lurking in this person's subconscious, okay? It doesn't make them feel good to give. So this is the type of person who likes to be on the receiving end all the time. And if they must, right, it's sort of like pulling teeth. It's like, if I have to, it will be because you're almost out the motherfucking door. And then the only thing that I'm really giving is those breadcrumbs. It is that one little sip. You know, it might be one amazing night. It may be one extravagant date, right? It may be one, you know, just beautiful day, week, or month together. And then I feel like this person gets burnt out, and it is because of something that they are not tapping into in their own subconscious. Okay. So we have last quarter moon in Aries, which was at the bottom of this deck. Work through your feelings. So this is somebody who's just preferred to subdue, bury shit that has happened in the past. These things have absolutely nothing to do with you. Okay, this could be heartbreak. This could be pain. This could be them being on the end of always being the giver. Okay, so they could have really one fucked up relationship before you, or a couple of connections before you is where this all started. But what happened is they didn't work through it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't feel through it. They just bounced over it, and they're wreaking havoc. And everybody thereafter, everybody that came thereafter that person has gotten this from this individual. It's sort of like they feel vindicated to behave this way, like they're getting back, like the scales are being balanced on their end by other people. It makes it fair. And if they give a little bit more than the Page of Cups, then that is something that should be, you know, they deserve a cookie for that. Okay. They deserve a parade for that. They deserve a pat on the back. You know what I'm saying? They deserve the biggest party and the biggest praises and the biggest cookie in the motherfucking bakery, bitch, if they do more than the Page of Cups, because that is not even their style. And the gag is, I feel like that's how this person viewed this connection all this time. Like, do you know what I really do to guys? Do you know what I really do to girls? Do you know how I actually treat them? You know what I'm saying? Do you know how I really show up to relationships? And in their mind, they gave you more than that. You know, they went over that amount for you. So you should feel special, but it's not quite meeting your requirements. So this does come as a bit of a like, why are you being ungrateful? Right? You might even hear that out of this person's mouth. Okay. The comparison of what they do in relationships, what they've done for other people versus what they're doing for you, and how in their mind they're going above and beyond, but it's really small fries to what it is that you're asking for and what it is that you're getting and what it is that you have received before. It doesn't even make sense for you anymore to keep saying the same thing over and over and over and over again. Is the Five of Swords. And I feel like if you express to this person your experience of them more than once, then they never suspected that the Eight of Cups would be on the table, right? Like that you would just burn this shit to a pulp, take it for what it is, or place them in a category that suggests they are not to be taken seriously. And I feel like that is either what has already happened or this person fears it's going to happen based on how you are behaving now. Okay? Based on the switch. There's a certain level or a certain way that you're going to start handling this person. Okay? That can range on a large spectrum, meaning different, it could show up in different ways for each of you. Whatever it is, there's an instantaneous amount of regret that occurs in this person. Okay. Five of Cups is about regret. It's about remorse. It is about reflecting on missed opportunities, missed chances. It is about reflecting on your own behavior as well as what happened before, right? So it's sort of giving them a permission slip in their mind to go backwards. I feel like that's what they're doing. Okay. Tapping into how they got this way. Which is taking them back to that relationship in the past. Now, at the bottom of this deck, we have the King of Cups, right? So this is someone who is nervous that even if, right, they show up like this, that you're on this type of time now. So you're not taking this person serious anymore. That's the way that they feel. They feel as though you're, you kind of putting them on the back burner. Just the way that you look at them is different. The way that you talk to them is different. The level of access that they had is different. You're no longer speaking about what you want. You're no longer like coming in with any grievances. You're no longer talking. That's the real thing. You're no longer speaking. With the Eight of Wands here, they are saying that that's crossing, right? I feel like the communication has gone downhill on your in this person's eyes, right? So in their mind, it's like you not nagging them, because I feel like that's how they looked at it initially, as being nagged, right? You not nagging them is putting to the forefront of their mind that, damn, you might not actually really care anymore. You don't care to balance the scales anymore. You don't care to try anymore, that you're fully on that cliff and you're just about to jump. And for some of you, they may feel like you've already jumped. That does make them a bit nervous, because this is somebody who's now realizing, like, okay, if you were willing to, in your opinion, go above and beyond for Aquarius, what is it to just show up the way they've been asking you to, right? Like, why are you making it so difficult? Why are you making it so hard? And they're now recognizing, upon, you know, pulling back the layers, that it has nothing to do with you. Okay? The stinginess. I feel like this person is stingy in many of different ways. They don't give out a lot of money. They don't give out a lot of time. They don't give out a lot of effort. They don't give out a lot of compliments. For some of you, they don't really smile that much, right? Like, they ration out all the best parts of being in a partnership or just connecting with a soulmate. They are viewing you as a soulmate, by the way, right? So the Five of Cups will be amplified if this person is, in fact, viewing you as a soulmate. They're recognizing that their inability to heal, or not looking at the thing, healing, learning the lessons from the past, is what's preventing not only them from making headway in their life, but it's preventing them from having a meaningful relationship, okay? So this person actually really does care about you. They allowed their habits to get in the way, and I just feel like you are bringing to the forefront of this person's mind why they've been operating like this all this time. For some of you, they could have been married in the past. I see some kind of deep betrayal. They gave a lot into a relationship. Okay, they poured every cup that they had. With wedding there, that's like the 10 of Cups. That could be like the 10 of Pentacles. That's like the Ace of Cups, right? Like, that's just like going all in. I actually believe that before this person was scorned, this is a man or a woman scorned. Let's be very clear about that, right? They just happened to stumble upon you and definitely like you, definitely attracted to you, definitely feeling you, right? You had some really good times with this person, and I feel like that may have even triggered the fear in them to be like, you got to pull back. You can't give too much. You can't overgive. You can't overdo it. You got to play it cool. You know what I'm saying? You got to make her sweat. You got to make him sweat it out, right? Like, got to make them work for it because you remember what happened last time. Now, this is all thoughts and patterns going on subconsciously, but it's still controlling, like a puppet master, their actions, which is why you would have been giving the version of this person that you were given, right? And it's sort of like there's something that switches. You do something. You're switching up, okay? This Eight of Cups, like I said, it showed up two different ways. It's like either disappearing, okay? I don't get you disappearing. I get you just switching the way that you handle this person, burning up the possibility. So now that I don't see the possibility or potential for long-term relationship, a union, a marriage, or nothing, then I'm moving totally different. Everything that you once knew me to do, every way in which you once knew yourself to have access to in my life, all that shit changes. And it's like they feel it. It's an abrupt change. And then it's like an abrupt sense of guilt. And they're not pointing the finger at you, okay? This person is recognizing, you know, how and what you've done. They feel like they've put you through a lot with long journey here. Unnecessarily is the phrase. They feel like they put you through a lot unnecessarily. You did things that you would not do for somebody that you did not see potential with in order to make headway, and it still didn't progress. Okay, because the Page of Cups is right here at the center of the reading. So now this is somebody who's like, I'm willing to make the change, right? Like, I'm open to change for you. For you, I will, type of thing. And it sounds romantic, but it's giving, you know, I don't know if you're a Martin fan or not. It's giving, okay, I'll marry you, Gina. Damn. Okay, if you're not a Martin fan, get on TikTok and just look up that scene, right? It's like, if I had to do all of that just to get you to do this, is it even worth it anymore? Is it even sweet anymore? Like, if I had to tell you how to love me, like, do I even want that shit anymore? Is what's happening, guys, okay? I do see this person asking for your forgiveness, okay? And they're also going to explain to you what has happened, okay? The past has affected the way that they've been able to move forward. They've been kind of waiting for a sign to give themselves permission to love again the way that they want to love, right? I'm seeing before the heartache, before the pain, they were like a lover boy, a lover girl. Like they, you know, very sweet, very romantic, a hopeless romantic, right? They move slow, so they're willing to give a lot once they're in love. But then that one person, it was a lesson. It was a karmic relationship for sure. It really had this person take a turn for the worse internally, right? They didn't take the time to heal that. So this is very interesting. Now let's see here. Oh, here we go. Let's kind of dig into this a little bit further. Okay. So I feel like this is their next steps, you guys, okay? They're serious. They're not joking. They're not coming in flirtatious. This is going to be a very serious conversation in their mind, right? It is it's a risk. They're taking a risk. It's sort of like all bets are on the table. They possibly will start out with a text message, an email, maybe hitting up your DMs. I don't see that you blocked this person for a great majority of you. So they should be able to get access. You're going to be able to hear the tone of this person's communication. They are definitely viewing you as someone that has been there for them, someone that has supported them, okay? They're also recognizing that their behavior could have definitely knocked you off balance or made you feel uncomfortable. So this is why the seriousness of the communication when they initially come in. It's like, I'm not playing any games. I want to be very transparent. You know, I want to gain some clarity. This person finally wants to, you know, do the heavy lifting and do the work on themselves. Okay. They do understand that there's a possibility that this message won't get through. I do see this person reaching out multiple times. Okay. If you do not answer the first time, they're going to be very persistent because now they're seeing a future with you, right? Like, so now it's like big stakes poker. Okay. Wow. We have the Emperor. Look at that switch up. What? Ace of Cups, there it is. Told you. Boy, are they kicking themselves. They like finally get it, right? They might be overthinking things, right? There's a bit of overthinking about what could happen. How will you respond? And if so, how? There's also some anger. Not towards you, but towards the person who started it all, right? Because they would have never gone out this way if that never happened. They miss you. So if you have not spoken to this person in a few days or a few weeks, a few months, they are missing you heavily, okay? They want to show you a different side of themselves. They feel like an asshole for doing those things to you purposefully, okay? So yeah, this is somebody who's wanting to set up shop, is what I just heard, to work overtime, double time, triple time. They're willing to take however long, right, you want to get there. But the destination is, in their mind, towards a union, right? Like towards exclusivity, a life together, making it official, really stepping up to the plate and showing you who they really are. Page of Cups is some bullshit. They want to show up like this now. So that is what I have gotten. Let's go over to the extended. Okay. I'm going to dig it over there. Let's see how this, you know, pans out for you. Okay, what do you get out of this shit? Is it worth your time, your energy, your effort? Is this actually true? Okay, because this all sounds great. This all looks good, but it requires work. We have work here 3 different times, right? Nobody changes overnight. So it's really going to be important to see what you would be setting yourself up for going towards this person now. I see the Emperor has showed up, yes. But why haven't you showed us that before? Is this just talk? Is this just you imagining or speaking about where you potentially could go, or are you already there? So it's going to require for us to see if this person has already actualized this Emperor or Empress, gender doesn't matter, role. Okay, have they actualized themselves in that role, or are they just working their way towards that? That will be a difference. There's a difference between somebody who's working towards something versus somebody who's already made it there. Okay, and the difference will be what the fuck you have to deal with if they haven't reached that level yet. Okay. That would be a message of concern. For me, that would be concerning. Did you put some action behind these words, ma'am, sir, bruh, sis? All right, I want to see what they've been up to since the two of you have been on the outs or just kind of slightly disconnected. Have they been dealing with other people? Have they allowed other people into their energy? Okay, is that where they got this epiphany? Because they've been fucking on everything moving? Huh? Have you been laying it low, spreading it wide? We want to know, right? You have other people mixed up in your energy that now allows you to see what it is you have because you tried elsewhere. That's important as well. Okay, I want to see, do they still desire for this to work wholeheartedly? Or is this the last ditch ploy out of desperation, right? Just because they can't have it, or just because it seems as though it's out of reach. Is that why? Okay, I just want to make sure their intentions are as pure as they appear to be here. Okay, let's also see what they're willing to do to get you back. Okay, I want to know how this turns out. More than likely, is a union possible, or is this, just something that you chalk up to being inevitably separated from and moving towards new? I also want advice on your healing. Okay, your healing process from this in preparation of forward movement, whether it's with this person or a new person. And then we'll see who's coming in after you've fully healed. If you so decide to move on from this person, accept their apology with grace and move on. Let's see what that new cycle has in store for you. And we'll get some advice. We'll get time frames on both old and new. And I might throw in an Ask the Universe reading, but we'll see when we get over to the extended. Okay, so without further ado, click the like button as well as the subscribe button and the notification bell. And I'll put the link for the extended reading down below in the description box. I'm gonna see y'all over there. Let's go.